What up? It has been a few days since last time I did any recording here. I haven't really been like playing the game per se and doing a lot of stuff off screen. Just, you know, kinda haven't really been interested in playing through it and recording much. Cause, you know, kinda get into those moods. And that kinda happens a lot with Yakuza in particular, I think, because with almost all the games in the series, I kinda had a point where I go like, let's put this on the shelf and play something else for a little bit, and then it's like months and months later before I end up going back to it. But because I'm doing this, I'm trying to be a little bit more dedicated to it and try and get through the story at least. Without accidentally putting it down for an extended period of time and just forgetting about it and not really being able to muster up the will to get back into it. Because I do want to, like, I don't like starting things without finishing them, which I know I've already done, like, with the Deus Ex playthrough. I never really finished that, although I do want to get back to it at some point. But, you know, just kind of, like, maintaining interest levels is trying sometimes. Anyway, whence last we left off. Is this our room? Whence last we left off, Kiryu here had joined the Shinsengumi, the infamous murder squad of late Edo period Japan, and has spent pretty much his first day at work not murdering anyone, and making everyone really suspicious as to why he wouldn't want to murder anyone despite being as part of the murder police. You'd think, like, he's not really putting a lot of effort into his cover here, is he? Anyway, this is Date. We met him earlier. And he was one of the people who had kind of stormed in on us in that compromising position where our daddy had died. But now he's on our side because Date. He's a cool guy. I'm not really sure what they're talking about here. Probably about how I had a hard first day at school, Mom. A hard first day at school, no one made friends with me. There was a hot guy with an eye patch, and he doesn't like me much at all. It's okay, Kiryu. You and Majima always end up becoming friends. Kiryu-chan. The thing about this game is I've noticed I'm already like in the 20s. Oh. Well, that's the end of that chapter. The chapter of the not murder. I'm already like up to part 26 here. This is part 26. And I don't think we're even halfway through the game yet. That's the thing about these games, is they're kind of RPGs. That's the thing I think a lot of people don't realize about it. Because, like, they're all real-time combat and whatnot. But they are RPGs. They have, like, that long, extensive story to them. They have the upgrade tree, a billion side quests. So it might have been premature of me to start this without realizing how long it might take to finish it. Oh, flashback to that guy who we had a confrontation with. They must be buddies. Or, oh yeah, because he's the one who introduced us to him. He got not murdered, for some reason, which is probably really bad for us. Chapter 6, I want to say? I'm not sure. Ooh. Oh. Very different, scene from what that lead-in might expect you of. Hey, he's got a scar just like Fukushima. The guy. The guy who was our buddy and we arrested Nishiki with. Oh. Oh no. There's something about a villain who, when he's torturing you, he seems to be getting an erection from it. That really adds to their mystique as a villain, you know? Like, it's one thing if they're torturing you and they're like, you know. But if they're like, yeah, fucking scream while I stab you with this hot poker some more, that's a little like, okay, we're dealing with someone here. It's like Ocelot from Metal Gear. Oh hey, remember those two guys who died? Yeah, they were assholes. I don't care. Now, who are we gonna find to replace them? Are we gonna get someone from outside the Shinsengumi, or recruit, or like promote someone? We already got this new guy who's been working here for literally a day, and he's the captain of a squad already. The third squad. I don't know if there's numerical importance at work here, but hey, that guy's got a spear! Everyone else is using swords. Look at that guy's spear. Probably significant. Listen to that music. This is the controversial topic we're discussing here. Something's going on. Some internal intrigue.
副長くらいにはしてもらえんだろ。いい加減にしろ、サヌスケ。新選組に派閥はない。局長以下、我々は皆陣中報告を掲げる。 These guys sure seem to talk about themselves a lot. I keep hearing the word Shinsengumi dropped in like every cutscene between members of the Shinsengumi. Self-absorbed? Not that I know what they're talking about. 当然司令官出身の人間だけが優遇されるわけでもない。それが新選組という組織のありようだ。ですよね、副長。無論だ。もういい加減本題に入りませんか。私のように陣中報告のため新選組に入った人間には司令官だの伊藤派だのそういった浮ついた話は飽き飽きだ。相変わらず硬いね、松原は。私は勤王を歌い今日の街で暴れ。
So, I don't know if I showed this off before, but during conversations like this, sometimes words in a dialogue box will be highlighted. And that little prompt to press start and see a little like glossary definition of the word will pop up. That's because there are a lot of terms and antiquated words even that are used in this that even Japanese speakers wouldn't understand initially right away. Because they're kind of outdated, or words that aren't in the common usage anymore, or they're just a concept that doesn't exist in modern day, so they want to be like, hey, just in case you don't know what this is, here's the definition. Or if it's a word that's like, hey, you've probably never heard this before, but back in the day, this is what it meant when people said it in this context. See again here. Ah, we chose to torture that guy. That happened in Kenzan as well. That little like glossary definition pop up. When talking about like things like a Kakamaro, I don't know how to. Shit, Skunk's offline. No, I needed his support being online. Anyway, I don't know how to pronounce the word, or yujo, which are terms that like a Kakamawari was basically a bodyguard, or yujo was like a prostitute. Well, not really, but like kind of like the a proto-geisha kind of thing. Which, considering that they already have that system built in here to explain certain terms to the Japanese audience that might not understand them, you think that'd be a natural excuse to bring it over to the West? They already have this, hey, in case you don't know what this is, because you're an English speaker, here, just press start, here's a little definition of what the fuck they're talking about when they say this. It's right there. They already have it built in for the Japanese-speaking audience already. Why not also have it for the Western audience? No, Majima, we can't solve every problem by murdering everyone. But it's fun. I say that, but the solution to every problem is totally to murder everyone. Because it's the Shinsengumi. Anyway, they torture some guy, got some information from him, and now they're like, what do we do with this information? Well, it was about this. What do we do about this? Kill everyone. That's probably what's being discussed here. There's a problem. What's the solution? Murder? Probably. I don't think he's gonna live. Let's start taking bets. Like, on the unimportant characters, who's gonna live past the chapter. I don't think that guy in the pink shirt's gonna live past this chapter. Apparently this whole council's gonna be Game of Thrones. Everyone's at risk. They killed those two guys. That means no one's safe. I think you're gonna die, buddy. I think you're going down. We know Mine, Majima, Saejima, and Hamazaki are safe. Everyone else is fair game. I'll obviously Kiryu. Oh, it doesn't really count because he's the playable character. Nandato.
Saito, どうかしたのか? いや、別に何でもね。そしたら吉田利丸を取れば報酬も跳ね上がると。まあ、そういうことになるだろうな。
That was an interesting face model there. That looked a lot like, you know, they made the face model and they're like, we need a scene where he goes, where he kind of has an evil smirk and like, you didn't tell me I had to do that. So they just go like, they just went into the model viewer and like stretched it out and it looked totally unnatural. That was pretty funny. Okay, we're back to free roam. Now the question is, do we immediately go for the next story bit, or do we wander around, do side quests and training? We have that gun training still to do, although it's probably going to result in a really difficult, aggravating boss fight, so I'm kind of putting that off. Sup, expendable character? I don't care what you have to say about anything. Where's Saejima? Where's Majima? Where are my friends? I want to have fun with my friends. We've seen the intro movie thing. We know that we hang out eventually. I want to be friends with them. Oh hey, it's a male guy. Oh, male guy. Male. Sorry. I think if we stumble on to anything, we'll do that. But I think I'm gonna be a little bit story centric from here on out. Just for like getting into the side quest just really isn't fun because I don't understand Japanese, you know. So it really just feels like a little bit of a waste of time, which is unfortunate because there's so much side content in this game and all the Yakuza games. Where are we going? Back to the hotel. God, I don't care about those people. Why? Plus, so many of these side missions just seem to inevitably result in friendship meters with everyone in the world. Which just seem to be requiring a lot of guesswork, because again, I don't understand the language. Ah, spear guy! I was going to kill you last. But now you die! There we go. There we go. And that's another unfortunate but necessary reason to add to the list of localize this goddamn game already. Look at all this side content that I'm kind of forced to miss out on because I don't understand. If it was in English, I would do all these. I would do like 100%. I would fight them on. I would fight them on and abolish the Equalist Party on behalf of the Avatar. But I can't, because I don't know. I'm sorry. I mean, at least with the story mode, I can react to murder. I guess I can't really complain since the mission statement at the start of this was, hey, watch me stumble about like a blind puppy trying to figure out what the fuck is going on and failing. Hey, look, a Shinsengumi guy. What you doing so far out here? Those ghosts. There's supposed to be someone here I can talk to about Haruka, and she's not here. He, the person I'm meant to talk to, is not here. Look at this puppy. I don't give a shit about that puppy. Everyone get the fuck out of my way. Oh my god, look at this conga line of random battles following me. Man, this sword is fucking unfair. Yeah, I think in like boss fights it's gonna be a little bit more balanced. But like it's just carving so much of their health off. Man, something interesting needs to happen with Kiryu being forced to murder someone here. Because I just keep running back and forth between the Shinsengumi and this hotel. Hey look, it's that chick who was mad at us for joining the murder squad despite not being murderers. I haven't killed anyone. And it wasn't for lack of trying. Or opportunity. There were totes people I could have murdered. That I should have murdered. And didn't do it. Stop being mad at me. Okay, let's talk to Date, see if he's got any new info. Are we gonna make any progress whatsoever on finding that ninja? That's the whole point. Also, Kiryu, do you have an exit strategy here? Do you have an idea of what you're going to do to get out of this situation after you find the ninja? Let's assume you find the ninja, get revenge? Then what? What happens afterwards? Do you go back to your home province and just chill? Do you stay in the Shinsengumi and put up with all the political murder? Do you retire to Fiji? Like, what is his plan here? I find that is a flaw in a lot of revenge stories. Well, maybe not a flaw in the story, but I always kind of look at the main character and go, tunnel vision, dude. Let's focus on the bigger picture here. I always have an exit strategy. Whether you're a spy, or an undercover cop, or infiltrating a clique at high school to get juicy gossip, always have an exit strategy, usually ones that involve faking your own death. Those are the best and the most fun. Although Kiryu always kind of has been a little bit single-minded. Oh, that's always something I liked about the Yakuza series, especially the first game, which was the only one that kind of had a plot central to Kiryu. All the other ones are just kind of Kiryu getting involved in someone else's business. But Kiryu has never been like, I need revenge. I need to find the guys who wronged me and beat them up, because revenge. He's always been kind of a truth seeker. He's always just kind of like, I don't want revenge, I just want to know why. What the fuck happened? Why'd you do it? Why me? What, just explain, I just want to know. And that's what I always liked about him. Even if the answer always turned out to be really fucking ridiculous. Like, the plot of the first game was, hey guys, we stole 10 billion yen from this bank for pretty much no reason and destroyed everyone's life. Actually, that wasn't even the reason he went to jail, it's just kind of what everyone had gotten up to while he was in jail. Like a lot of RPGs, the Yakuza games kind of suffer from the main story being kind of the least interesting part of the game. Usually the side quests are the star of the show. Although, to be fair to this one, again, since it's in feudal Japan and everything, it's definitely got that historical basis with shenanigans with the Shinsengumi to keep me interested. I mean, you remember when I was kind of rabid and raving about getting this fucking jacket on. Just because, goddamn, we're part of the Shinsengumi now. Anyway, I have no idea. Again, we're running back. Oh my god. The story is literally at this point just run to the Shinsengumi, run back to the hotel, run to the Shinsengu. That is what is happening here. At least I'm not rusty on the combat. A boss fight or something better happen. Although, last time, a lot of interesting stuff did happen. It was our first day of work, and it did end with a good boss fight, so I don't know why I'm complaining. I guess, if you're... Oh, wow, I got a lot of karma. I guess in the context that, you're not really supposed to have taken a couple days break in between these two chapters here, I guess the plot is kind of pacing itself appropriately enough. And hey, for all I know, this is intriguing, interesting shit that's popping off. Oh, yeah, I thought this would happen. Oh, what's going on, buddies? It's that guy! Remember that guy? From, like, way back in, like, part 4 or 5? I think part 5, yeah. Uh-oh, he knows our true identity. He might bust us. Uh-oh. Oh, called it.
何をしてる。
落ち着け、斉藤君。
なんだと。
この情報屋はたまたま私と君に雇われていたようだが、お互い密かに使っていたはずだ。つまり君が私に知られたくない情報、私が君に知られたくない情報、この男は一人で全て知っていたということに。
Very Darth Vader of you.
だった。切るしかあるまい。君がたまたまこの場に現れたのがカラスの運の尽きだ。知らぬる仏。お互いここであったことは忘れるとしないか。
あいにくだが、口封じのため簡単に人を切る人間と組む気はねえ。それに俺は知られて困るようなことは何もない。
カラスが死んだ今なら何とでも言えるだろうよ。私はそろそろ豚舎に戻って休むことにする。君も遅くなる前に戻れ。今夜は勤労獅子を40人切るんだ。休んでおくのも仕事のうちだろう。失礼する。
It was actually reasonably understandable to get what was going on in that cutscene based on the context. Like, this guy was an information dude who told us a little bit about stuff when we were done in that dojo, and obviously he was given info to that guy, and he's like, well, I don't need you anymore, and I don't want you giving that info that we talked and that now I know about that to anyone else, so I'm gonna kill you. And Saito Hajime is like, don't do that, and he's like, I'm gonna do it. And now we're probably gonna go get in on that murder of whatever he was asking that guy about. I think I should start, like, having planned topics to discuss during these, because with story-heavy parts of the game like this, where basically the whole video is taken up by just cutscenes of people sitting around talking and nothing really interesting happening, especially since we don't understand what they're saying. It's probably a little boring to just, you know, watch me watch these and not really have anything interesting to say, making these kind of a wash. So I think from now on I'm gonna, like, plan to have, like, okay, here's a long story cutscene going on here, and there's nothing in the cutscene itself I can work with, so let's talk about this while it's going on. Although, again, chalk that up as a fuck you Sega, localize this. I'm sure this plot is reasonably captivating if I could understand it. It's Mine and Majima! Are we gonna have fun buddy times?
戻ったか、斉藤君。ちょうどいい話がある。
なんだ。
Look, they're training in the background. Oh, it's really interesting. I like those kind of scenes. We don't need training because we're already badasses. We fought Saejima. And killed that guy in the white. Oh, we didn't kill him. But we're cool. We don't need to train like common recruits. We're badass. We're the captain of the 3rd squad, despite the fact we have done no captaining or leading of a squad. Which reminds me about that game idea I had. I really should write down to make sure I don't forget.
では私と斉藤君は四国屋を受け持つこととする。そしたらわしは池田屋っちゅうこと。
It'd probably be easier to find that game that I'm thinking of and mod it, you know, rather than like starting from scratch. Although I'm not really a game dev person in the first place, so it's all just whenever I'm talking about it, really.
これから四国屋出動までは
I'm drinking Arizona iced tea, by the way. It's pretty good. Oh, hey, Saejima! Next time, Saejima. Next time. We're gonna do buddy stuff with Saejima. You'll see. We'll see you then.